What's going on, everybody? This is RadTechShoe, and I am bringing you part 9 of my Devil May Cry 4 LP. So I'm just gonna have a look around the power-up menu and browse around a little bit. I was thinking about getting the table hopper, but right now I'm gonna definitely go get the Red Queen Combo C. It's a very useful combo, pretty good. It does a lot of damage and it hits all around you. And I'm just browsing around right here. And right here I decide that I will purchase the table hopper just because it helps Nero be a little more evasive and harder to hit. So right here I'm just like looking around, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and start this mission. Now in here we've got a few destructible items, a couple chests, as well as the dividers. The dividers can also be destroyed, so smash everything in here. As you know, we're graded on red orbs, how many we find, so obviously getting all these is very useful to us. So, out here we're going to get a small little cutscene. Alright, now let's rev up. We got some new enemies we're going to go fight, so let's go down here and trigger their cutscene as well. Alright, so we're going to square off against two Bianco Angelos and an Alto Angelo. So this is what an Alto Angelo is. He's pretty much the leader. He is capable of organizing battle formations for the Bianco Angelos. He'll lead them over to an area and have them all rush you simultaneously, one after another. Your strategy on how to defeat these guys can vary. You can take on all the Bianco Angelos first, or you can take on the Alto Angelo. The Alto Angelo is very good at blocking. He's far better than the Bianco Angelos at blocking. However, once you stun him, knock him into the air, and then grapple with him. As you can see, he'll immediately start blocking, and he's very good at getting away and creating space. And it takes a few hits to stun him as well, to get him to stagger. So, you just have to be patient with these guys. You know, pick your spots, and right here we're going to finish him off. And he decides to glitch through the wall, and I'm not quite sure why, but whatever. He's dead. So now we can proceed and head inside. Alright, inside here we got two things to do. We're going to smash everything, get all the red orbs, and then we're going to pick up two items. So smash all the benches, there's 6 of them, and up here in the corner is a Devil Star. And over here on the other side is a Combat Adjudicator. The Combat Adjudicator for this Combat Adjudicator, bleh, I can't talk. This Combat Adjudicator requires an S rank. So it's going to take you a while, and hopefully you've been purchasing moves for Nero's Red Queen. Double Trigger can make it a little easier, but it's not needed. And we're going to be picking up some more moves next mission as well for Nero. So, for the most part, like I said, these Combat Adjudicators aren't as hard to satisfy because you have a wide variety of moves. And even if for some reason you miss this Combat Adjudicator, like you don't get it, you can come back next mission and get it. It'll still be here next mission, So if you miss it this time around, you can get it next mission. Anyway, let's go ahead outside and interact with the pedestal to trigger a small cutscene. Alright, so now we have lasers all over the floor, but they're pretty easy to avoid. And right here I almost got hit by one. I was trying to use Caliber to sail over it, but Nero didn't do Caliber, he just did a regular attack. Come on up here. Lasers seal off the entrance and exit, and now we get to fight another Alto Angelo and some more Bianco Angelos. So the strategy for here is pretty simple, you know. And the fact that you can launch one into the others with the grapple attack when Nero uses his buster on them, that makes it useful. But right here, there's their formation, and here they're doing another formation where the Alto Angelo will shoot a ball of energy at you. Another formation. So getting rid of the Alto Angelo can make it so that they can't do formations, because the Bianco Angelos by themselves don't do any. You know, they'll just behave normally. They won't do any formations because the Alto Angelo won't be there anymore. So, if you want to stop their formations, like if that's a problem for you, then you can take out the Alto Angelo first. Otherwise, however, it's no real. It's not a major difference on who you take out first. You know, just have a little patience when dealing with the Alto Angelos. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our new item once we break everything in here. Alright, so the Key of Cronus allows Nero to manipulate time. As you can see, he doesn't stop time, but he slows it down tremendously. And it's just a useful ability to get from one area to the next. To get by lasers, if something's moving too fast, he uses the key to slow it down. Alright, so let's go ahead, activate the wheel. This room is known as the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is pretty simple in that, as with any gauntlet, you gotta move from one small obstacle to the next. Over there is a combat adjudicator for Dante eventually. But once we head inside, we're gonna be taken up to the next level after we defeat whatever enemies wait us here. So, right here I'm just playing around. The ability you saw me right there where I picked them up but I didn't do anything with them, that was the hold technique. The hold technique is a new ability Nero has for defeating Kratos. When we absorb the Aegis shield, if I'm pronouncing that right, the Aegis or Aegis, however you pronounce it, when we obtain that shield by defeating Kratos, we get this ability right here. We can jump around, we can hold them. You know, it's not really... It's useful for protecting enemies and moving them where you want to go. And there will actually be a secret mission later where this becomes absolutely essential. But let's go ahead, head on through here, activate this, slow down time, and now, bam, there we go. And in here we're going to fight some more enemies. This time around it's 2 Frosts. So let's just go ahead and deal with these guys. So Nero's abilities are getting pretty useful. He pretty much, every time he fights an enemy, he gets something new or different. Or every time he fights a major boss, usually. So for the most part, this is a fairly simple mission, fairly easy. We're actually not going to get all the way up to His Holiness, the priest, or whoever it is, the leader of this guy. Even though we're supposed to, right now we're going to go up to trying to save Kyrie. We're not actually going to have a confrontation with whatever his title is, the Holiness. I think he's a priest. But pretty much at this point, we're just trying to go save Kyrie. There's nothing. We're not going for an epic showdown yet. It's too early in the game for an epic showdown. So now that all the frosts are dead, you can see a blue orb fragment outside, and we're gonna go get that. So let's come on out here, jump down, jump over here, and there it is. Be very careful. Jump into it. But by getting it, you go all the way back down to the bottom level, so you have to go ride the elevators all the way back up again. And make your way back up. The good news is you don't have to fight any more enemies. So that's one definite. That's a welcome sidetrack, I guess it was. That we don't have to go through all this again. All we have to do is just ride them back up. Go through the laser trap. You can go through this shortcut if you want, but eventually you're going to have to go through lasers. So, ride the elevator up here. We got one more elevator ride to go. We just finished beating the frosts, so now we're going to go through this laser trap. Make your way through, and right in here we're going to encounter 3 assault. So pretty much at this point, these assaults are a little different. They don't have, it doesn't look like they're heavily armored. It looks like they just have a shield. I don't think they have any body armor on them. So they're going to be a little easier for us this time around. As you can tell, I've already finished off one. A third one comes in. Fourth one's, like, they'll just keep replenishing themselves. They'll keep replacing themselves. Keep it up. And I'm doing pretty good right now. They haven't touched me. Alright. Now that they're all dead, we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the mission. We have a boss battle. We're going to have another showdown with Agnus. And this time around, he's a little trickier. But he can actually be a little easier, too, depending upon how lucky your fight goes. Anyway, let's go on through here and initiate the cutscene and start our boss battle.
So, you've come.
What have you done to Kyrie?
Why don't you check and find out? But don't expect me to be as easy on you as I was last time.
If I have to kill you to save Kyrie, then that's wrong.
Right off the bat, immediately dodge his cheap attacks. For the most part, this is a pretty simple fight in terms of what he does. He likes to hover right above the ground. He'll constantly generate enemies. Either he'll generate the cutlasses or the swords. He'll generate enemies that can fly around. You can actually use these enemies, like I said, the swords, you can knock them down to throw at him if you want. And when you try and grab him right now while he's glowing yellow, you can't really do anything to him. But as you can see right there, we managed to deal a decent, managed to throw a sword at him. But once you get him to the point where he's no longer yellow, and then you stagger him, you can melee, you can use your buster on him to do a really big amount of damage to him, and it's pretty cool too. So let's go ahead and show you that animation as soon as we stagger him. So as you can see, we actually did a crap ton of damage to him, and we got a nice combo, a high combo rating. When he generates cutlasses right here, he can actually pick them up and use them as weapons, as you're about to see him do. And this caught me off guard because he'd never done that before. But once we finish this guy off, we're actually going to get an interesting cutscene where Nero throws a bit of a temper tantrum. So let's just go ahead and finish this guy off.
Is that all you got? I think it's time to put you out of your misery.
That's enough, Argus. Go and prepare for it. Right away.
And that is the end of Mission 9. Alright, so now it's pretty straightforward that Nero's going to be following Kyrie for the next several missions. He's going to be chasing her down, trying to rescue her. So we're just going to go ahead and save our game, overwrite our data. And this is going to be an interesting story. It is an interesting story. But next mission we get to reunite with an old character. We haven't seen much of him in this game, but we know he's here. And we get to actually have a little fun with him. And I will see you all there in the next mission. This is RadTech Shu, signing off.